Hello and welcome to part 2 of this video explanation for Animatex. I am Renderisa and today we're going to discuss three main topics. The first one being explaining why texture size is important when considering input value for the X, Y and Z speed. The second topic will discuss why there's multiple rows of input fields for the X, Y and Z. And the last topic will be explaining the difference between the road axis and the local axis. For example, if a face is inside of a group, that face will respond to the local axis of that group instead of the road axis. Now let's get started. In the previous video I explained how to add which face Animatex will recognize to be animated. And the way you can do that is by selecting the faces that you want to include in the animation. For example, you can do it by selecting multiple faces. And then go over here, this first button under the Layers tab, and if we press that, you will see that in the entity info, those faces are added to the layer Animatex _1. Now if we hit play, let's put a value on the X-axis, you will notice that the first cube and the second cube are being animated, but the third cube, since we only added the group and not the faces inside of that group to the layer, it's not being animated. So to fix that, what we can do is go inside of that group, select every face, and then click that button again. Okay, so now I'm going to explain why there's multiple rows of input fields. Let's say we want to animate the first cube so that it looks like it's animating faster. We just change the X value to something like 300, and as you can see, it's looking like it's animating faster. But the second cube just stalled and it's not looking like it's animating at all. And the reason behind that is that the texture size is very big on the first one. Let me go to the texture position so that you can look at how big that texture is. Okay, and if we go to the texture position for the second cube, you will see that it's way smaller. So that's why there's more than one input field for the X, Y, and Z. Let's change this second cube to have another value. And the way we do that is we select that second cube, then go to the second button under the Layers tab, and we press that. And then we put something like 3. And we hit play. Now you can see that we have a second value for the X speed on this second cube. Let's do the same for this last cube. We select everything, and let's say we want to animate the water going to the left instead of the right. What we do is we click add on that third layer, and then we put something like -4, and we hit play. And as you can see, now there's 3 different input fields value for each of these cubes. Now let me explain why you might want to use groups instead of faces that are outside of groups. For example, if we animate this face that is on the Y-axis, we put something like 300. You will notice that the color is not in sync with the top face and the front face. To fix that, what you can do is actually delete that face, and we select this front face. Let me click stop. We select this front face and we put it on a group. And then we copy that face and we rotate it so that it covers that void. Okay, let me see if everything is fine. Alright, now if we hit play, you will notice that everything is in sync now. And the reason behind it is that this face, it's on the Y-axis when you consider the world axis, but when you go inside of a group and you look at the axis color, the red one is the X, you see that face is in the local axis is considered to be in the x-axis instead of the y. I hope that makes any sense. So that's a cool trick that you can apply if you want every face animating a certain way. Okay, this is the end of part 2. I hope you find it useful, and if you have any questions, please post them on the forum and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you very much.